You are home. The people in this little town are very kind and welcoming. It doesn't take you long to settle in and start getting to know everyone. Your first night in the town, that authoritative man whose number is 1922, let you stay in his hovel for the night. Everyone here goes by a number. It's one of those few things that all of the new people in town know for sure about themselves. Everyone has a number, and they know it. As 1922 tells you this, you think about it. Surely you don't have a number just hiding somewhere in your brain that you identify as. You keep thinking. Then it hits you. 1993. That was your number. It is morning again. You wake up to another bowl of, something, and eat with the rest of the community, and start learning everyone's numbers. There doesn't seem to be a pattern, other than the older people tend to have smaller numbers than the younger people. You find it easy to talk to everyone here. Even though you may or may not have come into existence last Thursday, you find plenty of things to talk about. Many people compliment you on your eloquence with words. After breakfast, everyone set to work to build you a new hovel to sleep in for the foreseeable nights to come. You follow the group around trash piles and look for interesting or useful things to build with. 1922 leads the group and points out other things that would be useful to build with. He is good at leading. All of his ideas so far seem like good ideas to you. You also notice that he carries around a small, shiny metal pipe. It's no larger than the widest span of your pinky to your thumb. It is simple but elegant, and the way he twirls it in his fingers is blissfully fascinating to watch. It's as if the little metal rod is just spinning, all on its own. That night, after your hovel had been finished, everyone has dinner together, and 1922 begins to speak. It isn't anything special, just community business, making sure everyone is up to date on community plans. You notice that the entire speech he's spinning that little metal rod. Well, you couldn't help but notice. It's so blissfully fascinating to watch. Everything he says makes sense to you, and you agree wholeheartedly. So does everyone else. You grow in popularity. You also grow close to 1922 and his daughter, 1991. Eventually, 1922 asks you to speak for him at dinner that night. He claims that he has never been good at speaking in front of crowds, but you are extremely good at it. Nervous, you refuse kindly, saying that he was very good at speaking in front of people. He refutes, saying that he honestly isn't. He only has the respect of the people here, and that's why he speaks at dinner. But you would do a much more eloquent job of it. You notice that metal rod. It's so blissfully fascinating. You then remember that 1922 has a stutter. You wonder why you had never noticed the stutter before, but it's very obvious to you now. You reluctantly agree to be his spokesman. That metal rod is so simply beautiful, you think. Who knows? Maybe being the new speaker at dinner could be fun. This story was once again brought to you by Big Brother. Hello, I'm Anderson Crow, and you are listening to your local Teakwood Live broadcast. I believe this is a beautiful, simplified picture of how our utopia of Teakwood functions. The people of this land of waste have set up the perfect system of the shepherd and the sheep. Everyone in the herd is equal, and guided and protected by the shepherd, who is 1922. Obviously, Teakwood is much larger than this small community of trash dwellers, and therefore needs more shepherds to guide the sheep, far more. Our wise and benevolent mayor of all she surveys is our wise and benevolent shepherd, and Big Brother are all of the assistant shepherds. They all care for the city of Teakwood and have the state's best interests in mind. Listeners, I have an important public service announcement from the re-education branch of Big Brother. Here is the message. Citizens of Teakwood, the Dark Teakwood Trees, located at the bottom of our beautiful Circle Cities Hill in Low Park, are looking gorgeous today. To go along with their melodious, nearly imperceivably deep hum that is completely normal for domestic trees, the leaves have once again started flashing extremely rapidly in every shade of blue you could think of. I hope everyone can make it down to Low Park today to get a good long look at them. Just stare at the brilliant, rapidly flashing lights and listen to that incredibly deep, comforting hum. Be enveloped by it. Let the experience surround you and fill you. Forget your everyday life for an hour or 3 and just stare at the teakwood trees. Listen to their all-natural but supernaturally deep hum. Think on nothing except what the trees inspire. The trees are very inspirational and will give you many things to think about. Yes, the teakwood trees and their hum are beautiful today, and everyone should go and stare at the leaves. Go stare at the trees now. Welcome back, folks. I hope you found the teakwood trees as inspirational as I did. Before we continue the broadcast, I have a short word from our sponsor, the Hall of Purpose. Do you have a child who has almost finished their schooling at the Senior Academy of Teakwood? Then you know what time it almost is. Once they graduate, it will be time for them to visit the Hall of Purpose, where they will be assigned their occupation by the state. After nearly 18 years of learning state-approved facts and wondering what their purpose in life is, your child can finally be fulfilled in life and begin their work for the state. For you caring parents out there who want to help any way you can, here's a quick, comprehensive summary of the process and how you can help. 3 nights after graduation, a representative agent from Big Brother will show up at your door to escort the newly grad to the Hall of Purpose. Your child should be completely packed before the agent arrives. They will not be returning for anything they may have forgotten, ever. They are adults now and no longer need you. They only need the state. At the hall, the graduates' overall results from school will be reviewed, and the results will be plugged into an equation developed by the reclusive researchers at the Reclusive Research Laboratory that will decide the perfect occupation and ultimate purpose of your graduate. Once given a purpose, the Big Brother agent will then escort your graduate to the district that houses this profession, where they will be assigned their new dormitory. And then they can begin a life full of purpose and fulfilling work for the city of Teakwood. We hope you found this message helpful. Have a blissful day. Next up, exhilarating news. The next conscript corps for the Legion Against Nature is about to leave for training camp. As you all know, for years now, our city has waged wars against the forces of evil outside of the walls of Teakwood City State. These brave soldiers, along with the many courageous ones who have gone before, will fight against the monsters of nature and wildlife that threaten every day to destroy everything good and pure in our utopia. As I speak and you listen, the soldiers are piling into a long train of box-shaped cars on the only railroad track out of Teakwood. They are leaving for training camp, where they can concentrate on the extermination of the enemy. This particular trainload is made up of old prisoners, undesirables, and enemies of the state, who have been given a second chance to prove their value as soldiers in our valiant war. Hopefully, when this is all over, some might return, though it's likely that they won't. It is a dangerous world beyond the wall, and the sacrifice of these great soldiers will be remembered. Wish these soldiers luck as they leave for several weeks of concentrated battlefield training at the war camps. They, though at one point the lowest of the low in our city, are now heroes and will be remembered. Once again, we reach the end of a day, listeners. Curfew tonight has been postponed by 2 hours so that the citizens of Teakwood can have one more good long look at those beautiful teakwood trees. Everyone should really go and see them again. That's just how great they are. You have to go see them again. When you're done staring into the bliss of teakwood leaves, consider buying a war bond to do your part in stopping the evil forces of the outside world. Until tomorrow, listeners, sleep well, and remember, all is bliss.